We are into it. First of all, we are going to end all sanctuary cities.
Governor Cox also cites a memo that Bernanke's office issued a memo calling Utah a sanctuary state.
We should also be cautious about the motivation of the one who provides information. That's why the scriptures warn us against priestcraft.
For the first time, we have an idea now of how much the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints big investment fund performed over the course of a year.
That fund is called Ensign Peak Advisors, and Fox 13 News investigative reporter Nate Carlisle found the public document showing how many billions of dollars it gained in 2020.
Over the last year, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been more forthcoming about how it's investing tithing money. This latest filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission shows that despite the economic downturn of the pandemic, the church's big investment fund made money. This filing with the SEC shows the holdings of Ensign Peak Advisors at the end of 2020. When added all up, it shows the fund gained more than $6 billion in one of the most difficult financial years in American history.
There's war brewing in this territory. Brigham Young trying to make his kingdom. You got the Wasatch Mountain Range. Grizzlies, wolves, riled up Mormons.
Someday,
this entire American continent will be ours.
Travis Wayne gets all. I noticed in the church news today that they have dropped the first presidency statement regarding immigration and promoted Suarez, who's fled the country as an illegal at a international religious freedom coup your government conference in place of it. This has me concerned, as the stock market dropped today, bigly compared to yesterday. This, I've let you know, is an indication of what the church is up to. The church is a major stock investor, the major stock investor. And so when big sell-offs occur, the church is selling off. When rises occur, the church is buying stocks. And so it's kind of important to pay attention to, as the church was about to profit off of the tariffs with a stock sell-off. And Trump was told to back down and wait a month. Go at a slow pace. And so it is unusual that the stock market isn't boosting itself up more. Now, we do have the Super Bowl on Sunday. Travis is taking the stage again with, I guess his girlfriend Taylor is still with him. So, that's a mighty big event, and there's a lot of people placing bets. Maybe the church is pulling out the money from the stock market to gamble on the game for Sunday. I don't know. I don't know. But I did find it very interesting that the timing of the church coming out and telling Mormons to stay away, how dare they? And then Stanford provides me with Brigham Young's original incorporation of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in February 1851. How dare the church, which is not even a church, which is not even a corporation. They are the enemy. And so I'm very aware of what's going on right now. This is not the time to sit back and go, all is well in Zion, all is well in Zion. Because it's not. And so we have south of the border, tomorrow night into Sunday morning, the Alpha Centauri meteors are going to be peaking. But the one that affects Nelson is also on Sunday with the Super Bowl. Very well aware and paying very close attention. The abuse of misinformation and miseducation to make Mormons illiterate. And that's the one argument I have so far. I have to redo this, convert it into digital to get the subtitles for the Indians and the Frenchies that are in the show in the first disc. And I'm guessing that the second one that I have yet to watch will likewise continue with the same pattern. When the church tells you not to watch something, it's because they don't want Mormons to make a connection. They lie with whatever reasoning they give you. And behind the lie is the cover-up of what they don't want you to know. That truth that they don't want you to find out about. And so the one thing that I am not impressed with is that during the mid-1800s, there was still a high illiteracy rate. These actors are not pulling off illiteracy. The Frenchies, yeah, that worked. They did their job right. But the others, I'm not seeing a high illiteracy from them. I'm also not finding John D. Lee. They opened up with the Mountain Meadows Massacre. And true to the form of the Danite pattern of practice, framing and blaming others for what they did. And so yes, I've given you the videos all about what they did in 1838, and this show will give you that imagery of what they did to frame and blame Joseph. And so they're not making a close enough connection to Brigham Young. And there's some things that are not true to form. They're being a little too tame, even though it is still horrifyingly shocking. You know, I've seen Deadwood, great show, but it's a little too civilized. This is a little more accurate to the cultural time period. But still, they're being a little too tame for their audience. Even though it is quite shocking. And this is why I'm concerned for Mormons who don't want to listen to me, who don't want to believe that I'm true, that I'm sending out the warning voice to Mormons. I've warned you that this is coming, that what the Danites did is what they're planning to have done to you. And so that's why I'm paying very close attention to all things that are going on. And thus, my warning voice for this weekend. I hope nothing happens, but the church wants their kingdom back. And they are doing whatever it takes to get it back. They're committing whatever crime is necessary to get it back. The Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith knows their plot. That's why they call them Christian instead of Jewish. So that you do not see the truth of the church's plot to murder you, to destroy you. Still do a full review of the movie when I finish it, but this is a warning for the weekend. I hope nothing happens, but there's something ominous in the air, and I can't quite place my finger on it yet, but I'm aware of changes that are happening. So, yeah. In case you don't know, because you're new and you've never studied your scriptures, you just assume things. Revelation chapter 12 has a Joseph Smith translation with it. And it adds, sign in the heaven in the likeness of things on the earth. I have a big pile-up of videos, and one of those would be to go over this for the prerequisite video file that I just started with 2 videos on the home page. And this is the Jewish manner of scripture writing, of prophecy and day and hour revelation using astronomy. And so I've already established Nelson is the likeness on Earth of Mars. When Monson died, Mars was at the top of the scales of judgment. Nelson takes over automatically because of the way Brigham Young changed the administration. And so, running the test this whole time, even going back before then to the Family Discovery Day Roots Tech talk that Nelson and his wife gave here in Salt Lake back in February 2017 on the 10th, which likewise had a sign in the heavens. We had floods during that time. And so yes, Nelson is definitely Mars. Not just because of his baby name meaning. Yep, these Jews, they're very sneaky, even though it was the Latin Vulgate who put in the name. Well, the husband of Venus, the inverted pentagram of Lucifer. And so the moon is going to occult Mars, or the occultation of Mars occurs in Gemini. If you know anything about the historical origins behind Gemini, that would help understand why I'm very well aware. But the fact that the moon is going to cover up Mars in the same way that the moon covers up the sun for an eclipse, you then understand why I'm paying very close attention. So that on the 13th, this is the Jewish Tu B'Shavat that is referred to in the Mishnah as the 4th New Year of the year, the final New Year. In which It's the calculation of tithing settlement. The final new year, and they have tithing settlement at the end of the new year, of the final new year. Very interesting connection. But Nelson's refusing to let you go, Mormons. He doesn't care about you. They've been focused on getting money, as much money as they can, hoarding money upon money upon money, getting land upon land, deceiving Mormons into thinking it's all about building the religion, religious freedom, as you are not taking my warning voice seriously that they are the enemy. You need to pay attention to the show. I did find it humorous that Brigham Young told the one guy that he only had 20 wives at that time. He was correct that they were older women, but tried to claim that he didn't have a brothel in Salt Lake City. When was Regent Street established, Brigham? When the Point of the Mountain was established or in Porter Rockwell. You can't make polygamy in order when you don't have enough women to go around. You gotta come up with some alternative means. Mormon women don't want to accept that. So, there you have it. We'll get on with it. I'll be checking the news now, and another day for a weekend of seeing what I can get published for you. Pay attention. Things is gonna be hitting the fan any time now.